Those lockdowns in my area were very, very, very strict, but I pushed through. And do you know what? I don't know if 2020 was a year that maybe was a highlight and I pushed through, or was I always going to push through? But if I didn't have those little hurdles, I wouldn't be as strong as I am today.
Welcome to today's episode of the 100 Successful Women, a Conversation to Inspire series. In today's episode, I am so grateful to have another beautiful woman, Carla Filipakis, joining us in our conversation. Carla is the founder of Decorati as well as Business Mum Society. Carla is an early childhood specialist. That's why she started Decorati to create the innovative educational services for children. She is a community building enthusiast with an immense passion for supporting and connecting with people. Hence, she started Business Mum Society to bring businesswomen together. I really love her idea of supporting businesswomen, and that's where I met Carla for the first time. I'm loving her energy and her love supporting us in our business journey. She has been so kind to share with us her golden nuggets and wisdom on how she overcome the hurdles and her stories as well. I can't wait for her to see more of her projects coming up in the futures. However, at the meantime, I would highly suggest that you listen to our stories, our conversation coming up next. So without further ado, let's dive into our conversation. Good morning, Carla. How are you doing today?
I'm fantastic, Vivienne, and how's yourself?
I'm very well as well. Thank you so much, Carla. I am very, very excited to have you here today, and it's super grateful to be here picking your brain.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I love doing these.
Yeah, I know you've been so bubbly, and then it's always so much golden wisdom that you are sharing with us. So I can't wait for that.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot. Oh,
Oh,
wow.
so one question, the first question that I always ask the guests of these 100 successful women is that I know that you play different roles. You are a business owner, you are a boss, a wife, a mom, a lot of various different hats that you're wearing. So one question that I always ask, who is really Carla Filipakis at your core? I love this question,
It is a good question. Yeah, and you're right. We do play so many roles and wear so many hats day in, day out. And it's really true to stay true to yourself. So Carla is full of energy throughout my home, throughout the work I do. I like to keep active and healthy and really just shine that throughout every aspect of my professional and my personal life. So me in a nutshell is lots of energy and a dynamic woman, I say.
You are definitely an energy ball. Everywhere Carla is, you got the energy, full of energy. I love that.
Yeah.
So you are a founder of Decorati, and you also recently started another Business Mum Society as well. So
Yeah,
can you tell us a little bit of your journey? And first of all, what is inspired you to start Decorati at the first place?
How much time do I have?
It's up to you. Up to you. As long as you want. Always I always tell the guests is that I try to minimize it around 30 minutes, but sometimes it can be longer. It depends. It's go with the flow. We just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Any prep before this?
All right. It is a really good question. Looking back over the years, I would never, ever think in a million years I would be doing what I'm doing right now. But the journey's just led me there. I've always been aspirational from a young age, but to tell you the truth, I really didn't have the confidence. I had some hurdles in my late stages of childhood and early adulthood, where I just didn't think I could be a leader. And do you know what? I overcome those struggles. Each day made me stronger and more resilient. And I think just having the passion behind me and those struggles, it just was like, I've got something in me. I've got more to give. I think becoming a mother gave me a lot more encouragement as well. So to start Decorati really was something that I always had, because I was always an educator. You know, I studied that from leaving school. But like I said, just those hurdles was like, I don't know where I'm going to go with my life. But like I said, I became a mother and I just knew I wanted more. And I made Decorati fit within my lifestyle, because I knew I could do kids' activities, having young children of my own. And I just gave it a shot. But like I said, just that confidence level, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. Maybe I should just keep being a worker for someone else. But I just had a bit of a drive and a bit of a push from my husband and my family at the time, saying, you know what, you can do all those things because you've been an educator for so long. Why not just make it your own journey? And I'm hitting in my 9th year in business. So I must be doing something all right.
Wow, that's definitely.
So I think if I didn't have those struggles, I wouldn't have that fire and energy in me just to keep pursuing. And I think that's really important. It's just listening to that inner deep within, all those little bubbles and balls inside, and just saying, yes, you know what, release it, just trust yourself and do it. And I'm so glad I did that all those years ago.
Wow. So probably one of the biggest drive is your children, because they are there and then you wanted to find something that you can work alongside with them.
That's right. Yeah. And they're a lot older now. Obviously, my eldest is, you know, in his career as well. And he can just see the growth. Oh, Mum, I used to come to class with you. Oh, do you remember that? I'm like, yeah. So he can see the journey. He can see the transition. And you know what? He is so proud. My youngest is still in school, but he can also see that that drive, that passion that I've got. But he's still a little bit younger, so he hasn't gone out and ventured himself. But they just love watching when they used to come do a class or a workshop or an activity, to now they can see the ins, the out. Sometimes I pack up. Yes, I get them to do some packing, some lifting and things like that. But yeah, they're the backbone of it. They really are. And I'm truly blessed to have a business where it works around my lifestyle and support other families. It's really important.
And they are truly blessed to have you as their mom as well, to show them and become their role model.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I love that. So when you're starting a business, obviously there are some challenges as well. So how did you overcome those challenges when you start, especially at the time? I'm guessing your kids might be younger as well, and a few things as well. What are those challenges?
Yeah, good question. There are heaps of challenges. I think just finding that, where do I start? I think it's really important not to dwell too much into it. It's one of those things where you just need to give it a go and see where it lies ahead. So I think once I did give it that initial, okay, I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to start with one kids activity, get a few kids coming in, and let's see where it goes. And I think once I did one of those classes, workshops, I can't even remember what it was at the time, I just felt like, yeah, you know what? This customer's coming. I've got my knowledge. Now what? So then I just did heaps of researching, asking questions to other people I know who are in business. Obviously, they haven't got the same business model as myself, but I think just hearing how other people did it, and most people just say, give it a go, set all your licenses, do everything properly, and And don't be afraid. And I think that's what it comes down to, especially as us mums, we get that mum guilt. Can I do this? I've got to do a million other things in daily life. But just really just shutting out all that noise and just trust yourself and believe yourself. I mean, if it works out, fantastic. If it doesn't, move on. There's always something else bigger and brighter to achieve in life. And I think that's really important. And it is one of the challenges. So yeah, I think it's just trusting that inner drive, inner passion, and just give it a go.
Love that. Kudos to you for taking that big leap, right? It's always from 0 to 1 is the struggles. Once you step out of that, because before you start doing anything, you started to think so many 1 million of different risks, 1 million of different impossible. But once you step into that first step, you just go from there.
That's it.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. I believe that everyone who are thinking or having all those limiting beliefs, just do it like what Carla was saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
So another thing that you just started this year, I would say business, is that Business Mom Society. It's kind of relative new venture for you, which I think you got lots of experience as well prior to this organization. So tell us a little bit about this.
Okay, so it started back in, I think, 2018, 2019, where I was attending so many networking events. I was in the midst of in the middle of my journey with Decorati, and I just wanted to keep attending more networking events or conferences and things like that. I just found it weren't for me. Everything was just so corporate, or just not the right time. I had children of a young age. I couldn't go to a breakfast meeting, or I couldn't do a night event. And I was just really trying to search something that was in my area. And there really wasn't anything. So I just put a call out. I think I put a call out on a Facebook group or something and said, hey, are there any other mums in business? Oh my goodness, I had that many hands up, and I'm like, I know half of you. I didn't even know you had a business. Like, why are you all so quiet? So it just happened from there. I said, you know what? Let's have some coffees, get together. We'll see where it takes us. My first meeting, I think I had 7 ladies.
Wow.
And like I said, I knew them, but I didn't even know they were business women. It's like, why were they hiding? What is it? Let's embrace you being a business mum. And it just started from there. So it was called Can't Hill Business Mums Connect. And it was in Can't Hill, literally. But it got to the point where so many people from other areas were wanting to come, because the group was just so welcoming. It was casual. It was relaxed. There was a lot of networking out of it, but parents could even bring their kids. And I think that's so important. A lot of people are like, I can't get a babysitter, or grandma's not available, or daycare won't do an extra day. So I think just having that comfortable zone for people to come along, share their knowledge, share their businesses, and have their little bubs or young child next to them, I think is a real plus. And it just really grew from there. And I've got like a Facebook page, I've got an Instagram page, and it's just growing. So I thought to myself, okay, I have to do something about it. So this year I was just twiddling my thumbs thinking, what am I going to do? Brainstorming and everything. And Business Mum Society was born. Yeah. So I've taken the leap where it's not just a casual catch up. I'm going to take it as a business venture. And again, that inner inside of me is saying, yay or nay, what am I going to do? Is it going to work? But I'm going to give it a go. I really am going to give it a go. So it's for all women to come along, and I've got so many plans, and my brain is just full on at the moment, programming and collecting data, seeing what everyone wants, and that way I can just make these women keep coming along and watch this space.
I love that. I really love that idea of, because like you say, business moms, they feel so isolated sometimes, because they have a drive like you inside them, but they sometimes think that it is the barbs that's holding them back. They don't have any free time for them to do that. But with you starting this organization, I will feel supported as well. Everyone will feel supported, and you understand their struggles as well.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. There's no 2 days the same. There's no two businesses the same. You can have a moment where you wake up in the morning, you've got kids at home or doing whatever, and you need to juggle all those errands, all those business hats you're wearing the day. So I think even if you just come to an event or a catch up, no one's going to judge you. We're all mums. And the mums in the groups, like their businesses, like I just think, wow, some of them are such niche markets. And I just think there's so much talent around. And I'm so happy that these women are starting their ventures because they don't want to go out in the corporate world, or they don't want to go do a 9 to 5. They can do whatever hours that suits them. But someone needs to support them, and I'm ready to give these women a go and come along. Yeah, and that's how I met you. Yeah,
that's right. I love that. I really think that Carla have something that is so important. I think you started something so important in our area because there's none of its kind in our area at the moment supporting moms. But then with you having this, people feel understood. Like you say, it's different. The vibes is different, especially if you go to that morning breakfast where they are more like, it's structured, but it's kind of like it's kind of rigid as well. You can't have, like you say, obviously they don't allow kids there, and just something different. I really think that I can't wait for you to do this bigger. Wow. So like you say, moms, obviously there's a question probably some of the moms will be asking as well. Women's, how do they actually, I'm not sure whether there is such thing as balance motherhood and business.
Searching the balance. I ask that question every day to myself. I think it's good to have set weekly goals. Literally. Just sit out and plan ahead. So normally on a Sunday night or a Monday morning, I just wake up, don't look at any social media, don't look at any messages, just stay really focused and see what you want to achieve for the week, because life happens. I know sometimes you can't tackle every goal, but I think just seeing a bit of a vision, a bit of a goal weekly and just tackling them off, and just finding that balance and juggling. And you might have a strict 9 to 12 where you know exactly what you're doing, you're staying focused, you're not answering any emails or whatever, you're goal setting or you're planning ahead. So at the moment I'm planning for 2024. I'm already up to September for next year. Crazy, I know. But it's just literally finding that balance within your workplace and your planning. So at the moment, I'm actually having some free time this week. I just need to just work on myself. So I've just been booking in massages, manicures, things like that, a facial, just little things just to reward yourself so you can find that inner peace within yourself, because there's no point just sitting here saying I need to do a million things, being all fuzzy inside, and it's good to just keep focused and rejuvenate. And if you don't have everything actioned on your weekly goal, it's okay. You can get to it the next week or the week after, because life does happen. It gets busy juggling motherhood, house, errands, children. So I think to have some sort of focus is really, really important, because there's nothing like doing everything for everyone else, but you have to be focused within yourself.
I love that.
So that's what I'm doing this week. Yep, I'm off to my facial this afternoon.
Wow, fantastic. I love that. I really love that. Like you say, you are able to control your own calendar, right? Being a business owner, and then being able to have some me time is such an important advice, especially for women, right?
And it doesn't have to be a facial. It could be just sitting outside, reading a book, or doing something out of the ordinary, playing with the dog, or just doing some gardening, just something just to have a little bit of those, what's it called? A bit of a relief time. So it's really important. Yeah.
Yeah, it's such an important reminder for everyone out there, especially
100%.
business moms. Wow.
100% for business moms. Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much for that. So one of the mission, I saw it on maybe your LinkedIn, is to help people to attain their full potential. And so how do you believe, especially particular in women, how can they unlock their full potential and like overcome their self-doubt sometimes?
It looks like someone's been watching my LinkedIn. Thank you so much. Potential. Such a word, isn't it? People think, oh, potential, what does that mean? Well, to me, it means staying true to yourself.
Love that.
Being authentic. Like I said before, there is so much noise out there, what everyone else is doing. I don't follow that. I really don't. I stay as true to myself. Sometimes people say, oh, but you just. I'm like, that's me. I love to inspire others. I'm not here to make a difference and say, you're going to get $100 by the end of the day, or you're going to make $2,000 by the end of the day. I'm not like that. I'm like, you know what? You need to find your own path. Don't listen to anyone else. Don't listen to the negativity. Just stay as positive, keep on your goal setting, and just really just believe in yourself, because no one else is going to be a bigger believer than yourself. You can have a whole team to support you, but everyone's got their own beliefs and ideas. But you've got to remember your one. What's your potential? Stay true to yourself. There's nothing like it. And I've been like that, I think, from a young age. I've just never really watched what everyone else does. I just want to be as unique as possible. And you know, decades later, I'm in my mid-40s now, and I still feel like that. I just don't think you need to impress everyone else to make a difference.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I love that you are like focusing on where you're going instead of got distracted by those shiny object syndrome or something like that.
Yes.
Stay true to yourself. I really love that. So to become who you are today, being so focused and having your own journey, is there any particular person or book that inspire you?
I've got a few. I would say Donna Hay. Okay, the cook chef extraordinaire. Obviously, I'm into teaching kids cooking and cooking of my own, but I say she just always kept it real and different. So I love to watch her segments. But I also remember her articles back in the Daily Telegraph many, many years ago. And she always said she made recipes like her mother, but with a twist. So I think that uniqueness, and I feel like that within myself. So a lot of my cooking techniques are derived from my mother, but I have that little twist. And to look at Donna Hay, everyone thinks, okay, she's just a chef or a cook or whatever. But to me, I really think she's a really good role model. So that's one. And I actually met her at an event. It was a Business Chicks event, networking event many years ago. That was a real highlight. Who else would I say? Let me just think. Brené Brown. I read a lot of her books. She is quite inspirational. She's real.
Yes.
There's no denying about that. She says how it is, how it was.
Vulnerability is her words.
There's so many quotes I've got all around my room and in my little area that I just love. So I'm going to keep reading her books. There's a few I haven't read, so I'm going to keep at it. And who else? Oh geez, probably Naomi Simpson. So she's the founder of Red Balloon. I'm reading a lot of her books at the moment. She's really inspiring. Another one who likes to keep it real and just show her rawness, her failures. I just love that. I think that's what's important is, again, coming that to what I said before, staying true to yourself.
Yes.
So I think these three women to me are just so successful in so many ways because of their uniqueness, and it's so inspiring to see others do that. And I just love seeing what they do, and hopefully I can do the same for other people in my area.
Yeah, you'll be one of them for sure.
Thanks.
Wow. And there is, I'm stalking your LinkedIn, and one thing you were one of the finalists for the Westfield Liverpool Local Heroes Award in 2020. Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about that. How did you get into that recognition? What are some of the work, some of the initiative?
Okay, well, it feels so long ago because 2020 was one of those years we all know what happened.
That's right.
But that was through my charity work. So, sorry, I just moved that.
That's
sorry. So that was from one of my charity work. So I co-founded Ladies Like to Lunch, and I submitted to be a finalist, and I think one of the ladies in my team submitted it as well and just helped me push it through, and I became a finalist. It was such an experience just to go to Liverpool Westfield and see my face there. Like, I was just like, I'm just literally a local Liverpool woman. But the journey was beautiful. I had so many people voting for me. When I went out to Westfields, I was on the banner and people could just send a QR code and vote for me. It was really nice. I didn't win, but I got to attend the finalists and winner finale, the event, whatever it was called, and just to be surrounded by all the other women there. They're just so amazing. And to be recognised as a finalist in my community was just a really great opportunity, and just made me feel so happy, so humbled, because I just do what I do. Like I keep saying, I don't want to be having titles here and there. I just do it because I'm just so passionate to help others, inspire others, from kids to families to women. And I'm really honoured that I could achieve that. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Such an amazing journey that you have. And you did mention, like, in year 2020, that's a year that's everyone, it's like some people's like maybe struggles, and somebody find it as a challenges, and some of them finding it as an opportunities. So what is your what was your experience during that period of time?
Yep. Do you know what? It was a struggle. 2020 was hit very hard for all of us, but I really overcome it, and I think I've shined so much in the last 3 years. 2020 or lockdown pandemic times taught me not only to be resilient and push through, but it made me just realize that we need one another, obviously, but there were still other avenues to connect with other people. So through my business, Decorati, I made the shift of, okay, I can't do a class, but the class came to the children and the family. So I had lockdown kits. The ABC news channel was here, and they recorded the whole segment about us in Western Sydney, because we were one of the last to be able to get back out into Sydney. So those lockdowns in my area were very, very, very strict. But I pushed through. I really did. And I created so many different procedures just to keep my business alive. And do you know what? I don't know if 2020 was a year that maybe was a highlight and I pushed through, or was I always going to push through? But if I didn't have those little hurdles, I wouldn't be as strong as I am today. And I don't even know if I could have my second business today. So again, I think it comes down to what I had as a childhood, all those hurdles. You get stronger. You really do. You just get this ability just to push through. But you could have negativity and saying, I can't do this. I'm going to close my shop and I'm just going to go back to this or go back to that. But no, I just kept positive and kept saying, how can I make this more achievable? And if I didn't do that back then, I probably wouldn't be where I was today. So it's really, really important to be able to find building blocks within yourself and just shut out the negativity, stay focused, like everything I said today, stay focused and you can achieve it. So I'm really, really glad I was able to stay focused and just keep pushing through.
Wow. Incredible. You're such an incredible woman, because I can think of the songs for you. Not the things that doesn't kill you make you stronger.
That's it.
And you got all this. I feel that you are so focused, and then like you mentioned a few times, there is a lot in you that waiting to be burst.
Yeah, that's right.
I can see that there will be a lot of big things coming your way.
Got lots of things on my board, but again, one at a time. Literally, one step at a time.
Wow. That's such a great role models for many people out there, because sometimes people get overwhelmed, and I love that one at a time.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I want to switch here a little bit, because you are an early childhood specialist. You've been working in the educator industry for a long time. So what are some of the important insights that can you share about maybe nurturing a child development and education from a young age?
Yeah, good question. So I am an early childhood educator, and I have so much experience working in the industry, but then so much experience being an extracurricular provider, where I still network with early childhood centres, Department of Education, or different industry people like speech therapists, things like that. And it's really important to be able to support families with young children and work on their development early on. So a lot of my activities are for building language development at an early age, fine motor skills, creativity, imagination. So it's really critical that I support families with the young ones, and then we just carry that through, and I carry all different classes and all the way up to 18, because they're learning so much from 0 to 3, those crucial, important initial years, but there's nothing like carrying it through all the way to 18. So at the moment, I'm working on some youth programs, resilience programs, things like that, because the last 3 years since the pandemic, they lost a lot of their ways because of not connecting in a classroom, things like that. So my business supports families right up to those older years. So being an early childhood specialist is making sure I'm up to date with all the knowledge. I keep learning anything from like my first aid or some short courses. Keep the knowledge there, because the industry does change, especially in the Department of Education. There's always an update. So I think it's really important that I just stay up to date with everything, and just get as much knowledge as much as possible and just implement it into my business.
Wow, I love that. It's so important, right? Because it's like not only from young age, especially like you say, for the past 3 years, I think that the kids seems to struggle a little bit with the connection, especially because they've been on the gadget for the past many years, that's where they started all this online studies, not only online studies, online communication. I think that's when,
That's right.
especially for my kids, that's when they started to have that friends through online chatting. And it's so different from our previous years, right?
100%.
Yeah. I think it's such an important for you to, especially for youth as well. I can't wait for you to roll out those program for my kids, because I have a 13 years old and one 10 years old.
Absolutely. Lots installed. Yeah. So we'll see how we go.
Thank you so much for what you're doing for the kids and for us parents as well.
Oh, you're very welcome.
So where can people find you online?
They can find me in LinkedIn under Carla Filipakis. They can find me on Instagram and on Facebook through Decorati or Business Mum Society. You can send me an email. I have an email as well. I can provide you all the links.
Yeah, I'll send I'll put it in the description later.
Okay, beautiful. So and don't hesitate to pick up the phone, call me. If I'm in a class, I'll ring you back. Just leave me a message. But I'm happy to connect with people all over Sydney, and especially young families and the mums out there who are ready to just give it a go in their business. They might have a little idea and come down to a catch up. An idea, you never know where it can go.
Yeah, I really think that you have provided so many golden nuggets with us. And yeah, I'm very well aware of the time. Another question that I wanted to ask is, what's next for you?
What's next for me? There's a few things up my sleeve. There's a few hurdles that have stopped me achieving those goals. There's those goals. I'd love to get more into podcasting. Just sharing my wisdom and knowledge to families. I am going to really focus on the Business Mum Society. I'd love to plan a major event next year where we'll have guest speakers coming along. So I think that's about it for now, because I'm still catching up and some programs haven't done so well in Decorati. Others are just thriving. So I'm just trying to juggle and see where we're going with those. So more about the podcasting and just really focusing on Business Mum Society at the moment.
I can't wait to hear about your podcast as well.
Yeah, it's been up my sleeve for a little while. But again, I just got to tackle and do it. Listen, don't put it aside. Keep going with it. So
I'm pretty sure you'll be very good at it.
Yeah, I hope so. So stay tuned.
Yeah, I will definitely watch out for that. Yeah, so because this is 100 Successful Women podcast. So I really enjoyed our conversation today. You shared with us so many important messages and so many reminders for moms especially. And I really love that. And what are the final message or an advice that you share that you can share with women's out there, especially who probably wanted to become an entrepreneur like you are as well, or they just wanted to make a difference in their communities?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think do your background knowledge first. Plan ahead, set up some goals, some visions for yourself, and then just giving it a go. Speak to other people, not too much, just get a bit of advice. Speak to other people, like I said, do your research and just see where it goes. Don't be afraid. There's worse things that can happen in life. There really is.
Yeah.
And just stay true to yourself.
Yeah, that's so important. And one last advice is that be part of the Business Mum Society to get together with these moms so that they got the support, and because we are the average 5 of the people that we spend time with, right?
Yeah. So hopefully we can get some new mums coming along. So Monday, 27th November, Liverpool Catholic Club, 10:30 till 12 p.m.
Yeah, I'll give me the link and I'll include
I
that
will.
in
I
the
will.
description as well. Thank you so much once again for your time with me today, Carla. I learned so much from you. So before we end our conversation today, is there anything that you would like me to ask that I haven't asked yet?
I think you've covered everything. Yes. But there's one thing. I have to learn how I have books behind me like you, rather than just what's behind me.
You got a very good real background there. That's why I got a messy background. That's why I have to use some virtual one, right? So I love your background.
I'm keeping it real.
Yes, that's right. That's so good. Thank you so much once again, Carla.
You.
Always so happy to speak to you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a real honor and pleasure.
Thank you. I'll see you next time.
See you next time.